All right. Good morning. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Flow and Go Yoga. We have a beautiful 20-minute flow for you that's all about the breath, all about breathing, and really, you've heard me say this before, but really letting the breath do the work for you. So say hey in the chat. Hey, Cindy. Um, it's one of those flows that we can lean into and we can let it fire us up and get us nice and warm and ready for the day. Or you can use it to relax nice and deep. So whatever you need, trust that you're going to get it. And you're ready, grab a blanket or a bolster if you have one. Of course, we're going to roll it up and use it as a prop. But to start, we're just going to start in a nice comfortable seat, really connecting to the ground with our sit bones. Hey, Jen. Hey, everyone. Good morning. We are going to press our sit bones down, draw the navel in and up, lift our heart. And see if you can reach for what feels good here, whether it's lengthening up through the crown of the head or just finding places to soften. And then we're going to lengthen our inhale. So it's not necessarily about as deep as we can go, but see if you can lengthen it. You can make it deeper. Trust that your body's going to do exactly what you need. And notice if you can just tune into that rhythm. Notice the inhale, the exhale. It's flowing like the ocean here. And then we're going to bring the right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart. And we're just going to notice the expansion through the belly and the chest. You can keep your eyes closed. And just notice where the breath goes. You don't need to change it. You don't need to chase it. You might start to notice the energy of your body changing here. You might start to notice some tingles. You might start to notice just a little pulsating energy. It's just your breath. All right, we'll switch up our hands. Bring the left hand to the belly, right hand to the heart. Just notice if it feels a little bit different. And then we'll bring our hands to our lap. And we're going to come into tabletop position. So coming into all, or coming onto all fours. And this one feels weird. I will say if you've had any kind of trauma in the past, it might feel very weird, and that's okay. You can stay in tabletop if that feels all right to you. We're going to press away from our mat, and if you're having issues with your hands or arms, you can come onto your fists if that's easier. or maybe onto your fingertips, depending on how you feel. But we're actually going to stack our hips over top of our knees, draw the heart and navel out, and then as we inhale, we're going to send our hips back. And just notice where the breath goes. Notice if it goes down to your pelvic floor, and then we'll exhale to come back to center. Inhale, send the hips back. And it doesn't have to be super far. You don't have to come all the way to child's pose. But as we kind of send our hips back on the inhale, come back to center on the exhale. Hopefully you start to notice a little bit of expansion through that pelvic floor. So just a little bit of space. On your next inhale, we're going to send the hips back and just stay here for a couple of breaths. So this is a really good way to isolate the pelvic floor, just using the breath. A lot of us are very tight through the hips and the pelvis, so just using the breath to create a little bit of space. And then we'll come back to all fours, bring the knees together, bring the feet together, and we'll send our hips back here for child's pose. Walking the hands out here, bringing the forehead to the mat, or maybe using a block or our fist if we need. And again, just using that breath. Now notice where you feel it, maybe through the back, mid back, low back. Keeping this intention to use our breath. We're going to inhale to come all the way back to all fours. We're going to slide through onto our belly. Been doing this one a little bit lately because it feels really good. And again, if you're breathing super deep, see if you can find that balance, because we don't want to exhaust ourselves over these 20 minutes. But we'll take the arms out in front of us. So overhead, they can come onto the ground. Forehead to the mat. We're going to reach through the right side. So right arm extends, right leg extends. Our wings are still on the ground, but we use our breath. And just notice where it goes. Trust that your breath is going to go exactly where you need it. It has your back the whole time. And then we'll soften through that right side. Take it over to the left. The left arm extends, left leg extends. And we breathe here. Soften through the shoulders. And then we'll soften through that left side, take it back to the right. Right arm and right leg both extend, still on the ground. And we soften through that right side. The last time, take it to the left here. So the left arm extends, the left leg extends. We get long through that left side. And we can breathe into our back, into our ribs, wherever it goes. Just explore, be curious here. One more big breath, pardon me. One more big breath, maybe a yawn. And then we'll exhale to soften. We're gonna bring our hands in underneath the shoulders. Press ourselves back up to tabletop, and we're gonna turn onto our right hip. We'll grab our blanket and we'll roll it, or grab our bolster. We'll tuck it in towards our right hip. And we're gonna just fold over top of that. Now, if that's not in a great position, you can move it more towards the ribs. We're gonna take our right arm underneath us. So tuck it underneath your head. We'll extend that left arm up and over, taking it back to the earth. And then we'll extend the left leg. So nice side body stretch here. And then we're gonna roll the heart up towards the sky just a little bit. I'm going to adjust my blanket here, but hopefully you are settled. And again, just taking the awareness to the breath, allowing the body to relax. Letting the breath do all the work here, which hopefully is a feeling of power for you. All you have to do is breathe. You've shown up kind of a bit of a badass to just say, I'm here and all I'm doing is breathing. And that is enough. That is entirely worthy and entirely wonderful. So give yourself permission here to relax. Wherever you are, take one more nice big breath in. And then we'll exhale. Draw that left arm back in, draw the left leg back in. And we'll gently press up, move mindfully. That's a big side body stretch. And then we'll take it to the other side. Now you can flip right over to the other side, just pivoting, or you can scooch to the other end of your mat. And again, we'll just tuck our bolster or blanket in underneath our, or just above our hip, and make any adjustments you need. And then the left arm tucks in and underneath our head. Just give yourself a little support here. We'll extend the right leg, extend the right arm, and just spiral the heart open just a little bit towards the sky. Nice big full breath. And exhale to release. So if you're trying or you feel like you're straining, exhale, let that go. See if you can pull the shoulders away from the ears just a little bit here. Nice big breath in. I'll give a little more space around the collarbones. And then we'll take the right arm back to our side. Draw the right leg in. And we will mindfully press up into a seat just for a moment. We're going to either roll our blanket the long way now. Maybe you had it the long way before, but we're going to roll it into a nice long cylinder and just place it in the middle of our mat. If you have a bolster, you can just put it there. Beautiful. And then we're going to scooch ourselves up towards, so scooch our back or bum up towards the bottom of our blanket or bolster. And we're going to roll on back so that it matches our spine. And then your legs can be either extended or you can bring them into reclined cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. If you feel any pinching in your hips, you can support them with a cushion or a block, or just walk your legs out so that you are a little bit wider and there's less tension on your hips. Hopefully that makes sense. But we're going to bring our shoulder blades together, just opening through the chest here. And starting to find our breath again. So this time, helping our breath just float to the front of our chest, our belly. You can bring your arms to the sides or have them out nice and wide, whatever feels best. And by that, I mean whatever feels best for your breathing. So be curious. And like I said at the beginning, the breath is something that we can use to either fire us up, get us all worked up and awake, bring in a little more energy, or it's something that we can use to relax. So your choice here. It's the energy that you bring to it, which is kind of cool. Again, pretty empowering. We'll take one more big breath in here. Exhale. Let it go. You can sigh it out even. And then we're going to very mindfully make our way back to a seat. And we're simply going to take our bolster or blanket to the side. You can stay seated if you wish for a seated shavasana, or you can come all the way onto your back. We'll find wherever we are comfortable, and then just let go of any breath, of any try. Just allow yourself to be here and be present. And also to be a little bit soft. Start to deepen your breath, my friends. You might find a little bit of movement. Just notice what feels good, what feels new. Come back to this completely refreshed body. Hopefully it feels pretty good. And then we'll let that movement take us either onto our side first, and then back to a seat, or maybe you just sit straight up. Some people love that at the end, and that's awesome. My body doesn't do that, so I roll to the side, and that's cool. All right, just taking a moment here, we're gonna press our sit bones down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Take that breath in, notice how it feels, and then we'll exhale, hands to heart. The light in me bows to the light in each of you. Thank you so much. Namaste. All right, friends, from here, wherever you go, whether it's to journal or to meditate or to just continue on with your day, please enjoy, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the mat real soon. Bye.